Welcome to Let's Talk with Sheila. Tonight we're going to look at and review the Real Housewives of Atlanta, episode 2. Um, all aboard the Gaslighting Express. So before we get started, let's Well, welcome. How's everybody tonight? I hope everyone's having a great night. Real Housewives of Atlanta. How many people are watching Real Housewives of Atlanta? Because if you are, then I'm sure you're probably going to tell me episode 2 was all that, as well as episode 1. So let's hope Real Housewives, bravo, you all keep bringing it, because episode 2 was just as interesting as episode 1. So tonight, unfortunately, I don't have any pictures. I was trying to find pictures, but for some reason I wasn't able to find any pictures of the Real Housewives. So with that being said, I'm just going to talk about what happened, and then in some instances I'll probably go into what my feelings are. But hopefully I'm going to have some ladies come up, maybe some of the mentee program. I'm a part of Kamisha Reviews mentee program. Kamisha Reviews is a top blogger in the YouTube streets. She's always dropping hot tea. She has the best graphics out there. And so Kamisha Review started a mentoring program. And I've been lucky to be able to be a part of the mentee program with a bunch of beautiful, successful Black ladies already in their right. They're already top notch. They're already big timers, but they decided to bring their voice to the YouTube streets. And we all have seen what Kamisha has done with her platform, as well as she's helped others. So when she started this program, it was sort of like a no-brainer. If you're trying to be a YouTuber, you need someone to mentor you. Point blank, period. It's things that you need to know how to navigate these streets. So I've been honored to be a part of Kamisha Reviews mentee program. If you're looking to start a program, or you're looking to come on YouTube and develop your brand, or if you're on YouTube and you just want to start growing and seeing a growth with your brand, please look up Kamisha Reviews, or you can DM me and I'll make sure I connect you with Kamisha Reviews. But with that being said, we have one of the mentees on that I'm gonna bring on, and we have.
Can you hear me?
Tell me, I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
I might have to
Can you
go
hear
out
me?
and come back. I can hear you, but
Okay.
you can't hear me.
I hope you can hear me.
I can.
Let me know. Okay. I was gonna say, let me know if anybody can't hear me. There again, as I told you all, I'm new with this, so please, have some patience with me. But anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with the Real House of Atlanta, and it starts in Sonia Richards Ross house. She's bought this brand new home in Atlanta, and she's moved her entire family. I won't say her entire family, but she's definitely moved a lot of her family members in the house. So she has mom, I call her Mom Dukes, because mom don't play. You got dad. You have her sister. I think her sister name is Shari. And then she's married, so she has a husband. She has 2 boys. And then we already know Sonia and Ross, which is her husband. She has a little son too. So anyway, so they're all in the house and they're all unpacking and they're kind of talking. And Shari, the sister, she looks like she's just come. So she's kind of talking to mom. And mom, like I said, I'm calling her Mama Dukes already, because mom wasn't playing. She was upset. She done been to Jamaica. She done bought some beef patties. She done bought everybody a box of meat, beef patties. And somebody's eating them up. And mom is like, look. And then you got Sonya like, Mommy, I haven't even had one. I want one too. Every time I look for it, looks like more and more been eating. And so, Mom Deuce was like, look, I bought this for you all, but don't eat it all up because I want some. So it was real cute, the dynamics. And then you had the sister who she was talking to Sonya. You know how sisters talk. You kind wait. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even see you, Goody.
Well, I didn't. Oh,
Goody.
hello. Can you hear me now? Test.
Am I doing something wrong?
It's me.
Okay. Well, Goody's coming, so you all don't leave. But anyway, so with that being said, the sisters, sisters talk, they just chit chat, and Mom, we walking around and we always kind of nosy, want to know what's going on. And Mom kind of got in the middle of her sister, Sonya, asking the sister, like, are you happy? How do you feel moving, being here, whatever? And Mom got straight attitude. Sister was like, Mom, I'm not talking to you and I'm not talking about you, Mom. I'm just talking about how I feel. But if you're a mother, you already know sometimes we do put ourselves in a position, in a place where we probably need to step out of, trying to be in the know and know what's going on. Then we get an attitude. But anyway, so the last thing Mom was like, look, don't eat no more of my beef patties. And the next time I go to Jamaica, I ain't buying you a beef patty. So it's clear to say Mom Dukes is definitely the matriarch of the house. And Mom Dukes, she gets an attitude, and Mom Dukes is a little sensitive. So they're going to have to watch Mom Dukes because Sonya and Shari, I don't think y'all ready for her.
Can you hear me?
Please
Can you hear me right now? Can you hear me? No?
I can't hear you. I don't know. Oh my goodness, y'all. And I really want Goody up in here, and we can't seem to break. I can't seem to hear her. Wait, put your headphones in.
You hear me now?
Wait, maybe nobody can hear me. Put my headphones in.
I can hear you.
Wait, can somebody? I don't think she's paying. No, I wasn't. I haven't been in the chat. I was just kind of talking. So I'm in the chat now. Can anyone hear me? Put your headphones. Goody, can you even hear me?
I can.
You can't hear me either?
I can hear you.
Okay, we
Test.
both of you. Okay, confession. For some reason, I can't hear Goody.
Do you have headphones?
Someone tell me, what am I doing?
Y'all hear Biscuit too, right?
I'm again, Goody. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for everybody who's watching me tonight. I'm not really sure why I can't hear Goody.
Yep.
You can hear me now?
I heard you before.
Okay, I'm sorry. It was all of me, so I'm not sure what I've done, but I'm glad you heard me. So we're going to continue for everybody who's out here watching. Pretty much, I had just got started good, and I was just talking about Mom.
I heard everything.
Oh, okay, you heard.
I heard it all.
I hope Sonya didn't hear me. I hope she don't get mad about Mom Dukes. But
here's the deal, though. I want to say that it was refreshing to see. That was a very West Indian argument going on. And I think the thing that we could liken that to is who drank all the Kool-Aid.
Exactly.
Because the patties that they're talking about, to be clear, you don't have to go to Jamaica to get good patties, right?
Okay, that's true. I agree.
I'm a shout out to the BX, one of the best patties in the United States, can be found on 233rd on White Plains Road in the BX.
All right, now.
This particular brand of patty is from Jamaica. Tastes good. Anybody I know go Jamaica, they're bringing it back.
We got more. Wait, let me try to fix this so we all can be looking good. Because, I don't. Wait. I think that's the best I can do. Hey, Ma. We got Ma Afro Mama in the house. We got a celebrity, a little local celebrity in the house. So we're wanted to have you.
Yes,
I hope you
Jesus.
bring your people with you too.
I cannot.
Tell them
Not
come
all
over
the
this
people.
way. Mars over here.
Not
Listen,
all the people.
everybody was DMing me last night saying, oh, is that a Jamaican girl? Is that a Jamaican girl? I'm like, Goody is a New York City girl.
I's a pigeon. Hey, y'all, I's a pigeon.
Okay, so I'm
But
sorry.
that
I'm sorry.
argument was
So
very West Indian. Like
okay.
it was definitely not really about the patties. It was
Mm-hmm.
definitely more about the fact that it's all of them in one place. Everybody have strong attitude.
Mm-hmm.
The
Personality.
mothers used to being the big time mom, and the mothers used to, when I talk, everybody shut up. But
Sure
they have been
should.
living on their own, and now the
Mm-hmm.
mother, she up in the house. She don't want to be under anybody rule, and she want to make sure people understand. I am still the mother, and the daughters are not disrespecting that, but she just making sure they know because the mother was overreacting. Like
Yes,
she
she
was
was. Mom was upset. That's for sure.
like, what? And she was like, how does it feel to be here with everybody? She was like, it's overwhelming. You think it's you one who overwhelmed? I didn't say that, Mom.
Exactly.
I didn't say I thought I was the only one overwhelmed.
Yeah,
Everybody's overwhelmed, Mother.
Yeah.
I know. I hear you.
But it does sound like sometimes when we put ourselves in places where we need to stay out, you know what I'm saying? Mom, that was between the sisters, but sometimes, we want to feel like we in too with the
You could
girl.
definitely
So.
tell the mother and the sister have
Mm, mm-hmm.
they battle for
Yeah.
control.
Yeah.
And they're both
Yeah.
in this position where
Mm-hmm.
they staying at Sanya house, right? So
Right.
no, let's be clear. No West Indian nowhere
Uh-huh.
whoever paid their own bills want to hear anything about who eats all. I don't want to hear nothing. I'm up in your house, but I will leave. I'm sure that they've had the discussion. Because for me, like a big Bajan thing for me,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if it's all Bajans. I'm gonna say it is because
Mm-hmm.
they shake their head in agreement. You ain't
Okay.
kicking me out of nothing. I bet you I don't come back.
So you saying that's the culture, or you just saying that's how you are
I
your
think
culture?
I want to think that is I want to think that I would hope that all culture or across the diaspora that if somebody try to put you out or something, that you be like,
You
you
don't
ain't
come
gonna
back.
get this chance again. But I know
Yes.
for damn well sure, as a Bajan,
Oops.
there's people. You all right, ma?
I'm
As
trying
a
to.
Bajan,
I'm using my
there's
phone. I'm trying to put it in the. Go ahead, you guys. Go ahead. I'm trying to.
as a Bajan, you put me out of something, you won't get two times to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't get me
No,
to
I
come
do
in.
feel you on that one,
Even if I'm not mad at you and I'm picky and
though.
I come to pick you up from your house, I'm gonna stand
Guys,
outside.
I'm gonna leave and then come back because I can hear. I think I messed up my phone. I'm gonna leave and then come back.
Okay. Like, even like if we agreeing back, which means
Mm-hmm.
if we getting along, if we agree back
Mm-hmm.
and we friends again,
Right.
don't invite me over by you because you put me out.
Right. So you still
I'm
not
never
coming.
coming back. I am never
Never
coming back
coming
in your
back.
house. That
Hey,
is what you did. You cheat yourself of me ever coming back. I'm never coming back in.
you have to enjoy me afar, not in your
Mm-mm.
house.
Not
I
in your
got that.
house. And
Well,
another thing we like to say is you could cry blood water and I
uh-huh.
will not come back in.
Ooh,
We get
not blood
extreme.
water.
We get
Well, I can't
extreme.
wait. I'm looking forward to Mom because it looks like she's gonna be a piece of work this season.
Could
If
you imagine if her and Miss Joyce get into it?
oh God, it'll be on and popping. What? Oh God. But look, I wonder how Ross. Sometimes I feel bad for him because he's in that house with what 8 other people. But they
Ross
probably
know what
treat,
he
huh?
Ross know what he getting.
They treating him like a king, right?
Ross know what he ain't getting treated like a king. He getting treated well. West Indian culture does treat they, especially if those two girls are the
Mm-hmm.
only children.
Uh huh.
Men get exalted, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure he getting all the rice and peas he want. I'm sure
Oh yeah,
he
he ain't missing that. He look good.
the benefit. While it might be a lot to have so many people around and in your home,
Mm-hmm.
the
Right.
benefit is that his children have their cousins.
Right.
And when you have the children all together, they might be making noise, but they're definitely not lonely. And his biggest thing, he has this fear of his child being lonely.
Right. And then, that's why he probably wants another child. You're right. So I completely agree. But I think right now in the time and age, we don't see that much children playing with each other, growing up with each other, cousins, sisters and brothers, children, everybody at the house. You don't see that now. So to be very honest, it was kind of refreshing when she said her sister has 2 boys and she has, I was like, wow, but they're probably running around, jumping. Oh, yeah. I mean, they probably got a real happy house. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Joyful house. Let me say it like that. I won't say happy.
Like that. So where do we go after that?
Okay, so let's go. Let's move on to Sheree and Kenya. Sheree finally got a chance to show her house off to Kenya. Oh, my God.
It looks amazing.
Huh?
The house looks stunning.
Oh, my God. Her house is beautiful.
But you have to even wonder sometimes, like, who needs all that? Like, I get it, have all of that, but gosh, the kids are grown now. The kids are out the house.
That part.
You're right.
It has taken her so long, so many years when the children needed the space.
Were young when she started.
But you have to remember, sometimes we do things not because of we need them, but because we want to prove a point.
Well, now she had to prove that point, just the same way
she definitely had to prove that.
And I feel like that's what she's been trying to do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she had to prove that. I mean, I think Kenya coming in her house, that was she invited her for the mere fact to show her
she house. Invited her. She was like, "Oh, we're gonna relax in the basement."
First of all, Kenya should not be speaking on anybody's marriage. Period. End of story.
Who's marriage? What you speaking on?
Drew. She came there spilling tea about Drew's.
Oh, Lord.
You know what? We'll get to Drew, hopefully. But
yeah, we definitely gonna get to Drew. But Maud is right.
Guys, am I causing some? Can you hear me?
You don't sound good, love.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave. Come back.
What is going on with my lives? I don't know. Maybe I need to.
It's not you. That's Maud.
Okay.
So,
But no, I was just like you said, Sheree got this big old house. Like you said,
it looks
like a museum.
It's
beautiful.
Can't even be there.
Okay, so I know I shouldn't be being nosy, but what does Sheree do? Because she hadn't been on the Real Housewives in a minute. So do you know what her claim to fame is? Is it that by Sheree?
She might have boutiques. She might have.
Oh, okay.
But she's definitely an ex-wife.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot about old bald
Whitfield. Man who we don't see what her ex-husband does. We
That's
know he's
true.
a pro athlete, but she's definitely an ex-wife.
She definitely is.
She has not remarried.
I didn't think about that. Yeah, she could be still getting alimony or support. So
right,
who knows? But anyway, so
she was making right investments.
Yeah, she probably was. I'm just saying her house is gorgeous. And the thing about her house now, it can probably appraise for twice as much as she paid for it. Because now 22, everything's high. So anyway.
Yeah, this is Mike. Again, like now you're one person. Clearly we see based on this conversation, she can't really trust her assistants to be staying over there.
True.
That
was rough.
The problem I have with the way Kenya told the story, maybe it's the editing, maybe it's not, but the problem I have is it seemed to me that Drew was uncomfortable with the dude sharing the information. Okay. And that Drew was like, what should I do because I'm uncomfortable? It seemed like she was saying that to Candy. But the way Kenya was telling the story was like, girl, she running around telling all of your business that this man told her. And that might not have been the case. It didn't seem that was the case.
That is true. You're right about that. But then you know how Kenya is. Kenya's always going to light a fire. And then has Kenya ever liked Drew?
I don't think she liked Drew. I think she bet on the wrong pony insofar as staying. People who would stay. I think she thought that the YouTube girl would stay. I forget what Latoya.
Oh yeah, what was her name? Oh my gosh,
Latoya, right?
Yeah, Toya.
Toya.
I think she thought she would stay, and the truth is, no.
I don't,
She had too much going on.
Anything about Kenya doesn't sit well in my soul.
I'm trying to be unbiased and see her through the eyes of, because anyone who meets Kenya and is around Kenya, even other shows and castmates, they say she's decent. But it's clear to me that Kenya knows her assignment is to always ensure that there's tension on cast
and shade.
To add.
So in the process of doing that, you compromise on your friendships.
These girls are not her friends until she makes them her friends, right? I think maybe
Cynthia was her friend until they went to that.
Maybe not. Cynthia might have been an associate, someone that she was trying to. I feel like by now Candy is a friend of hers, right?
Out of respect, I think that's the only thing. Not friend, just out of respect.
Friend, all of those theatrics she was doing when the dude was trying to propose to Cynthia, she wouldn't have done them.
Yeah, that is.
You shut the hell up. You don't try to spoil.
You know, at that time, Nini was a factor, and she needed to do everything she can to make sure that she has come between Nini and Cynthia. Remember, Cynthia and Nini had a real friendship.
Yeah, in the beginning they did.
In the beginning,
they did. And Kenya was always threatened.
That's what I'm saying.
She was always threatened.
But now they want us to embrace this notion that Sheree and Kenya are starting a budding relationship. Isn't there even a commercial rooted in that?
Yeah, but I don't think so. Kenya not friends with anybody. Let's just keep it 100. Okay, let's just keep it 100. Kenya, like you said, good. She knows the assignment and she completes the assignment. She gets her check and she's out of there. But
the thing also I believe about Kenya is that I always have a problem with women who come up with pretty as the source of their reasoning for come up, because then they suffer a bit of arrested development as it relates to the other person, the other traits that make up a person, right? I think that she's been the pretty girl in so many areas for so long that it didn't matter if she was a jackass or not. Right. And then she started to age. And then prettier girls were around. Right. But the problem is there's also people who have what she didn't have. Like I wouldn't be surprised to find out that she has some kind of tension with Candy because Candy has the mother she didn't have.
Right. And yeah, she does seem like she has some issues. That's for sure. Some deep-rooted issues. But then I can understand that too. She didn't have a relationship with her mother. Right? Her mom gave her away, and now
it's not just not having the relationship, it's the mother basically saying, I don't want anything to do with you.
That's
exactly
because that's bigger than I couldn't take care of you. It's I want
Yes. And I know you're across the street, but I'm not going across the street to even speak.
I'm not interested.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not interested in that.
No, I'm not either.
That's tough.
So, yeah, that has to be tough.
You know, can you imagine all of us, the three of us, we are moms. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the effect that it has on a child?
No, I can't.
I've seen it. Okay, so Mother's Day just passed, and there has been a lot of talk because the people who have mothers that really they didn't fancy so much. Those people are speaking out now, right? They're more vocal. They don't care if people like it or not. There are a lot of people who've been talking about the reality that having a mother, if she's a bad mother, is the same or worse than not having a mother at all, right? Because a mother makes an imprint, and some people I've seen being very vocal, like some people just even saying, hey, so everybody can't celebrate their mother because everybody didn't have a good one. Right? Or some people feel bad watching other people celebrate good mothers, and from the perspective of somebody who lost their mother, I'm like, it don't even really matter how you don't have a mother. Not having a mother is problematic. Hold on.
Right.
This seem to want to get on the microphone. Hold on.
But also it's still concerning because Kenya, I don't know how to say it is. This has affected her so much, Maud, until I just think her whole everything is based on how she was brought up, not having a mom. I just think
it has to be. It has because that's who you are, though.
Exactly. And we're mothers, and like now she's a mother. So I can imagine her trying to be a mother to her daughter and figure out like why didn't my mother love me? You understand? Like she probably
and I
loves
think
everything about Brooke.
I hear you because even for me, the way I grew up is, every day I'm trying to make it a better place for my children, right?
Mhm.
So the things that I didn't have, I'm trying to make sure that my kids have those things,
Right.
and that's what I'm trying. The disconnect between Marlo and her, because the two of them kind of have a similar, upbringing.
Right.
I would expect them to get along, but no.
Exactly.
Well,
I don't know.
And I don't understand why.
Yeah, me either. Has it ever been revealed what happened? Because
Marlo said some gutter snipe
about. Yeah, she did.
She said something that was Marlo said, that's why your mama ain't.
That's why your mother never loved you.
Now you see again, but Marlo's mother was an addict. You follow what I'm saying? So,
right.
She was still around. So for Marlo, that's like, well, my mom was an addict, but at least she still tried to be around. And your mama
was nowhere. Your mama was sober, but just didn't like you.
Right. Which is harsh to say. But that's a very gutter snipe, low class way of engaging. That's fighting dirty.
I hear you. It's difficult. It's difficult. I mean, I think that's why we need therapy because, even for me, losing my mom at a very young age makes you, or you have a different kind of a perspective in life. There are things you value more than somebody who was raised by mom and dad up until now. You still call your mom on a Mother's Day. You're still gonna take flowers. You're gonna give it. It's different from me who lost my mom. She was only 45.
Wow.
That's
this age, I'm like, oh my gosh, she was so young, right?
Yeah.
But then, however we are brought up, the situations or the environment that we're brought up makes us who we are. Really, say, yeah. So and there are things that we don't like about our upbringing, and so we try to do the very best to get the hell out of, or to break. What do you call it? Is it called? What do you say?
Break the cycle.
Breaking the cycle.
Right.
Okay.
But then generational curses.
Yes. Generational curses. Yeah.
What's Gwendolyn saying? Gwendolyn says, I've had patience with that extreme denial of motherhood. Kenya never understood her mother's illness as a person working in mental health and had patience on both sides.
Okay, so her mother had serious mental health.
Probably indifferent to the whole process.
There's no Sheila. You have to have some.
Okay, but but Mom, I'm just trying to be compassionate.
For you to say you don't want anything to do with the child that you carried for 9 months and delivered in pain, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if there's a C-section. Go ahead, Sheila. Go ahead.
What I'm going to say is, and I'm not taking up for anybody, Mom, but I know for a fact in the South, if it was a reason that you got pregnant, but it wasn't warranty on you, and you had to keep the child, a lot of times in the South, those
you become resentful.
Resented that child. I'm just saying.
But I'll tell you this: you think that we will buckle up with the overturning of Roe versus Wade? Ooh. Buckle up. You think we having fun now?
Yeah, it's gonna be rough out here.
Child.
It's gonna be rough out here in these streets. Yeah, with that. But so I'm not defending her mom, and that's why I said, okay, she has mental health issues, because unfortunately, Maud, I do know more than too many people who have done that. Like separated themselves from their children. I mean, and again, we're just seeing it on a big picture because we're seeing Kenya in reality. She's in front of the camera, so we actually see how it affects her.
Right.
Behind the doors, you don't know how it affects. So I'll be honest with you, I really didn't know how these people probably felt, but now not meeting Kenya, but seeing Kenya over the years, her whole life is just about based on, to me, her rejection. She reacts.
You want to know something else? Like I saw an article on Mother's Day. I haven't checked in with the friend who posted it, but she's going through something with her child. But this mother who had struggles with motherhood tried to reverse it and was so extreme in the reversal that her daughter still became estranged from her because I guess she was suffocating the daughter to the point where, like, as soon as the daughter got to the age where she didn't need to be bothered with her, she disengaged. And
she disengaged.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I think, on a spiritual level, I would say about that, you have to heal that and let that go for it to not show back up, right? Because just trying to do the opposite of someone because you hate them will still have the same end result.
Ooh, that's powerful.
And that's the thing we all need to understand. Every man who didn't grow up with his dad, some stuck to that extreme, like some stuck to that extreme and they came through and they did what they were supposed to do, and others became their dad.
Yeah,
that is true, and many of them did.
Right. More than I would like.
Subconsciously, the things that you're trying to avoid really, manifest.
Where my word?
Are you kidding? My light.
Mark, something won't let us be great tonight. That's okay though. We're gonna press through anyway.
Mercury's in retrograde, y'all. Just enjoy the ride. Mercury's in retrograde.
Okay.
It's not the worst thing on the planet. Just slow down.
Okay.
I like that comment. I like that comment very much.
That was a good comment from Gwen. Thank you, Gwen, for that comment. That was an awesome comment. Okay, so moving right along, we have, let me see what was next. You had Kenya. Well, we already talked about Kenya telling about Drew.
Yeah.
And Marlo have a party where she done dressed her, her nephew up. He was cutie pie. So that was, that was that. And look, I'm moving right along to, what I wanted to. I do want to get to Drew and Raph.
Before you get that, remember, after she dresses up with her sister's children, she goes to talk to Candy, and Candy has a very powerful message. And Candy says, "Why do we have to always associate blackness to poverty? Why?
Right. Why are we always getting it out the front?
Yeah,
you grew up in projects. You have worked so hard. You can afford that life.
That was
Don't
powerful.
feel guilty about nothing."
Yeah.
While that was powerful, I feel like it'll do the children a disservice. Like if their mom comes out of prison anytime soon, do they have to go back to the life they were living prior?
That's a good point.
Because I have like some of my best friends went to prep schools, which is why I didn't send my son to a prep school, like boarding schools and things of that nature. And the difference between, like, I didn't grow up rough. I'll even get back to that. This totally different thing. I didn't grow up rough. I grew up in 2-parent houses and things of that nature. Then my friend, he grew up not too far down the street. He went to boarding school, and when he went to boarding school, his friends had caves. Like their homes were so massive that they had caves, and his friends, like the difference between the homes they lived in, like he would go to their homes, and then when he did have to come home, it's so different. Like it's like
yes,
right.
But then, and that was what we had. That's a discussion we had when we were in our 20s. But now that he is a man in his 40s, a different discussion he had was, I'm tired of reading all of these people who didn't have our experience acting like our experience was so bad. because I didn't mind sharing a bedroom with my siblings because we had fun. So don't look at sharing a room with your siblings
as something
poverty.
Right.
It's a mentality. But it's a mentality.
It is a mentality.
It's a mentality. Because listen, and that's what I think Candy was trying to tell her. Because listen, I don't care how much money you have. Do they have the discipline though?
Right. Are
they able to move on? Have you given them tools so that if anything happens tomorrow,
right,
you are assured that their life is gonna be good?
But that's the
point. But that's the problem. I think sometimes, yes, you have the money. Yes, you can afford to give them that life. But what are you teaching them as far as relating to other people out here who don't have what you have? Because that's their biggest, to me, that's one of the biggest issues. You have to deal with other people. You can't walk around and be entitled the whole time of your life and be untouchable. So do they teach that to the kid? I mean,
it's my hope, and I feel like she was asking Candy to
for guidance,
to mentor her in a way,
right?
And Candy was like, the difficulty with that is Candy's so busy that her husband is looking at her like, for real.
Okay.
Excuse me. I listen. Hold that thought. I'm gonna go get my drink because let me get my drink.
Okay, come on back, Mark.
Hey, first home tuber.
But you are right.
Yeah, I'm coming back. I'm getting my drink. I'm coming back.
Yeah, you're right though. She's looking at Marlo, but then that lets me. I want to ask you, what kind of life has Marlo lived? Where is it all about Marlo?
From the projects.
I know she's from the project, but in the last, just say 10 years that she's come up. She could have been up 20 years. Okay, I'm just saying 10 years as a time frame. Has it only been about Marlo? You understand in that time frame?
It's been about Marlo,
and it's been only about
her. That there are parts. We can say it's been about Marlo, but anybody who has made any kind of money in their family or seem to be doing very well knows that there's an expectation that you're going to always bail people out.
Right. Okay, that's true. Give back. But at the same time, she doesn't seem like she has no connections or know anything. I mean, come on.
She has her siblings, or she has her sisters,
raising these boys.
And now, I mean, this is good for.
You say it's good for her, right? Yeah, I think so. I don't hear you. You froze up, Goody. But yeah, I do think this is really good for. Hopefully, you can come back on. I think it is good for her. And like Kamisha said, exactly. You want fake sympathy. Marlo, you need to learn what's going on with your boys. You out here in these streets. To me, she's more grounded than Candy is. So I guess I don't understand why she seems to like miss what she needs to do to take care of her boys. I mean, maybe it's just me.
Because they're not her boys, right? Like they're not her boys. She's been living this life where she's been pampering herself and men have been pampering her.
Exactly. And so now she's completely out of touch.
Now her role is that of someone who has to Wow, you gonna make us watch you clean your ears?
Sorry.
Oh, Taada.
Who are you guys talking about?
We're still talking about Marlo.
But I don't like anybody trying to figure out how Marlo makes her money.
That's tacky. That's tacky.
No, they don't need to know all that.
Get over it.
That's true. I agree.
There's no place where people have any amount of class where it's okay to ask people how they make their money.
I'm telling you, though, people do it, though. You see that, right? You see that's a big thing. Hi, Marlo. What do you do, Marlo? What do you do?
Sheila,
I'm like, why y'all asking
But
Marlo?
Sheila, once you become an adult,
right?
And you have figured this is the way I want to live my life, I don't see the need for anybody to question the way you are paying your bills. This is the life that you've decided to live.
Right.
Okay. Now, if I'm not coming to you asking for help, leave me the hell alone.
And if my assistants ain't coming telling you that they ain't getting paid,
they haven't been paid.
What you say? We need to be talking about Sheree, huh? Her not paying her assistance, but yeah, you're right.
Sheree she's messy. You know, a girl who is gonna wait for a guy who is in jail for I don't know for how long. The girl she's messy as they come.
Yeah, and we know for at least 4 years because they showed the clip of her daughter asking her, and that was 4 years ago. And she's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, you finna be in a relationship, Mom?"
Why?
And she's
Is
like,
that
I don't know why. I don't know why. You see how Sheree look, and Sheree, you know,
that's what
she carry herself.
She has her money. She's good. She's a beautiful woman.
That marriage could have done a number on her.
No, I think Sheree wanted somebody. I just think I don't know what's going on now, and I'm kind of Atlanta is suspect as far as
why
it's not as many. How should I say?
There are many gay people.
They have a high LBGQ for men, black men. Okay, black men. It may be even more homosexual men than it is heterosexual. Black men. I'm just gonna keep it 100.
Yeah, of course.
Allegedly. So nobody don't try to sue me, but that's what's been the thing in Atlanta. So maybe, but that doesn't mean anything because she has that kind of money where she could travel all over the world. So I still don't understand.
She goes to Philly every 2 weeks.
Okay, Judy. Stop. Who going to?
Cheetah, you know, you just have to mute this girl. Mute.
I'm like, that whole
and
thing
I'll
was
tell you another thing. She can't travel all over the world because her boo can't go nowhere. And he not even boo no more.
But how low have we set our standards so that you have 2 daughters? They're watching you on national television. Doing these stupid things, waiting for a man who is in jail, who has committed a crime, broke the law, and you're over here waiting.
But that makes me think something is a little off with Sheree's personality. I don't care what you say. You understand?
It can be off with my personality too.
Well, mine too, I guess. But I'm just saying, but I ain't rolling like Sheree. You understand? Like if I was rolling like Sheree, I feel like
there would definitely be something wrong.
I'm
bad now with my regular ass.
Listen,
you don't want me to have no money.
I'm just waiting for her clothing line because listen, this thing that listen.
You waiting on her clothing line?
Yeah, doesn't she have some
Alibaba? She got it from Alibaba. Yeah, and put her name in it. And put her name, designed it. You know, if you buy enough pieces from Alibaba, they'll give you a signature line too, Mark. We can buy them hats you got on right now. It can be Mara Afro Mama. Yes. What?
Hello.
It may be something for you to do. Wear your hat.
Excuse me.
But anyway,
this was something, I'm telling you.
But you know what? And even Tyrone, y'all remember when Tyrone got out, he ain't really been trying to see Sheree either. Now, what's up with that? I'm sure he's been putting money on his books for 4 years. And now you get out, and you remember he kind of dogged her out a little bit. Like he didn't want, his name associated with this show.
I think that's going to be coming out of the show.
Because all the men associated with the show get dragged, even Todd.
Well, Todd, wait a minute. Let's talk about Todd, girl. Bye. Really, don't even go there with Todd. Todd's spending all the money going on more vacations than
No, you know what? No, we're not going to do Todd like that.
Anything Monique says, don't take it seriously. No,
we're not going to do Todd like that. And I'll tell you why we're not going to do Todd like that.
Okay.
Candy spends a significant amount of time working. They both work on their businesses, but a lot of her work takes her out of the house for weeks at a time doing these shows. He need a damn break.
Yeah, but she said he's on vacation a lot. I mean,
and you guys,
he sound like he goes every 3 months on vacation.
No, he said he goes on vacations. And he's going on some vacations. What do you deem to be a lot? Because if you leave this house for 6 weeks, man, woman, or child, when you come back, I'm gonna need me a week to my damn self. And you know who's never ashamed to do that? Men. Women need to. The way that Todd taking these vacations, Women need to get on that and be like, okay, you've been going doing business. Welcome
that's
home.
the thing. That's the thing with me. I usually go to work very early in the morning. My kids are sleeping when I'm going to work. I feel guilty that I'm not preparing them to go to school, right? You're going away for months. You have a little baby for months.
Yeah.
How?
And it's something that they said they would do, but he didn't tell her he wasn't going to go. And what he's basically doing is decompressing. I'm not going to be mad at
Do you remember even the daughter telling her, I have been raising this, my brother. You want another child?
Yeah, she sure did. She said, you don't need another child, Mama. Now, she definitely told her that. I was like,
and that's
wow.
what I'm saying. And I think that's what Marcel of Love and Marriage, Hansel, was trying to say. Like, how much money do you want to compromise? Like, you can't keep going. You lose, you don't watch your children grow. You don't.
My whatchamacallit.
How are you going to be away for months?
My brother has 2 sons. And he owns his business. This is a very successful business. And he had a nanny. And his wife wanted to work on her PhD. And he was like, look, your PhD probably gonna, and she made a good salary. He said your PhD is probably gonna add 10 to 20,000 onto your salary now. I bring in far more than that. And who's gonna stay with our children? Are we gonna let the nanny raise them? Because that's not what I want.
Right.
She had to wait until the boys got bigger to go get her PhD.
Exactly my point. And then when you do that, when you compromise on those things, you're gonna have to put my name on this house. Why is Todd's name not on this house?
Right, that's another thing, know. And then another part of the insanity, like if she's in New York doing a Broadway play, it makes sense that she would just go stay at this property he owns.
Right.
And you can't say you don't want to stay at the property I own because I was here with a woman. We'll have somebody clean it out.
Well, he said that about her. She had the house before he met her.
Correct. He
had friends over there too, So come on now.
And it makes it, not that they need to save money, but it would be easier to stay in your own stuff, especially post-pandemic, to stay in your own home. This is my house in New Jersey, and it's probably right there, hop, skip, and a jump, New Jersey.
I can't wait to find. I would love to know. I gotta tell
you guys. This is one of the cultural shock that I got when I came to this country. All right, my husband, that he's gonna tell me this is my car, this is my house, this is my no, this is us.
Exactly.
This is us. This is us. You're not gonna say, oh, this is mine and this is yours. And I realize, I have so many of my friends like you guys, and I see you guys say, and when I say you, I mean people, you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah, like there's this distinction, or there's this, like, when it comes to finances, you're an individual. It's not a teamwork.
I wasn't raised like that.
Okay, I wasn't like that when I was, how should I say, younger. When I first got married, we put everything together. But as I've gotten older, I'm divorced now. So as I've gotten older, and I have accumulated some things for myself, if I meet someone right now, we would have to start at zero. Like together, we would have to start like accruing stuff as a couple.
Right.
I'm not gonna. You know
how I'm not speaking. Men gonna hate. I get what you're coming from, Sheila. That's not.
I'm not gonna openly say.
Okay, so this is what Mad is saying, I think, because this whole notion, as you see these memes going around with, who gets served their food first and who comes first, the wife or your wife or your mother, and a high value man pays all of the mortgage and all of the bills. I wasn't raised like that. And maybe it's because we were an immigrant family and everybody had to put together in order to ensure that we were all comfortable. But the notion that just because he's the man, he gonna go bust we both gonna go work 9 to 5, but he's the man, so he gonna come and he gonna put his whole entire check towards taking care of me and the family. And I'm gonna put my money aside. My money's my money, and his money's our money. And men, that's the experience a lot of men have.
Right. But what about now? Let's say 2020. Let's say I think they got married 8 years ago. Candy was already established. She had that house. Do you go now and put Maud, if you have a home and go Goody, do you go now because you married and put your husband back in your house?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
No.
Yes,
Maud,
I'll
that's
do that
good. I
because-
believe
No,
you.
I wouldn't put and I don't think that's what they did. I think what actually happened, didn't they give her original house to her mom?
Yes.
And they bought a house.
No. She already had She had
Now,
two homes. So she had her original
that's
house,
another
and she
thing.
bought this as a foreclosure. You remember when she first came on the show?
Do you remember when
had
she was
this
doing her
house.
wedding? When she was doing her wedding and Todd was running around trying to sign a prenup at night, in the middle of the night, because Candy had said, I'm not going to marry you until you sign that prenup.
Yeah, that's true. But Todd, he knew she wanted that prenup a long time. He dragged that out. He dragged
No,
it
go back.
out.
Go back to what you're saying so that I can get where it
But
comes
you
from.
are right though. Before she met Todd, she had that house because that seemed like on the show they were talking about.
It's very likely.
House.
It's very likely that he said he didn't want his name on the house because of how her mother was carrying.
I think that's what he said. I remember him saying that.
I remember. Mm-hmm.
And I remember also him saying, he said, this is what he said. I remember because I was watching that show, and he said, we are mothers over here, right? Mm-hmm. We are raising our children, our daughters. Be the best you can, all right?
Right.
And if you get that prince, hey, go ahead, get married to that prince. And I remember Todd saying, what about the boy child? Why can the boy child be taught or be raised to be like, when you find that princess?
Mm-hmm.
But I'll say,
you see where I'm coming from? Why does he have to?
What I have a problem with.
So that the society is ready to accept a girl who is coming from poverty and then get married to a rich family. But for a boy to be married to a rich family is a problem.
Yeah.
But this is the issue I have is, don't tell me about what I own. Mm-hmm. I own this spot in Jersey because I have to own this spot in Jersey. Mind your business. Mm-hmm. Either go stay over there when you in New York or not, but don't tell me nothing. And don't tell me essentially that you don't want the furniture from this house, that you don't even know where you're going to put it over there. Because if I go and buy and set that thing up from the ground up and you don't have any say in it, you're going to have a problem with that too. Mm-hmm. So pick your battles and get out my face.
And you also have to remember, because I see First Home Tuber saying Candy is a genius with money, property, and investment. She cannot do those things without the help from the husband.
Yeah.
When you know your children are right, your children are being taken care of, then you're able to do whatever you can on these streets.
Right.
Okay? So, and this is the problem I've had with people, looking down on people, or stay-home mom or stay-home dad.
When you have the freedom, you can do anything when you know your children are in the right hands.
I have been a stay-home mom. It's difficult. It's difficult.
No, it's a job. I completely agree. It's a profession to be a stay-home mom. But you're right. You don't get the respect. You don't.
Give me a second,
many people don't look at it like that.
You're right. Candy is one of the wealthiest housewives because of the decisions and choices she makes.
But she makes those decisions because she's comfortable.
Thinking that her great choices wouldn't extend to the love of her life. That's problematic. I don't even know. I don't think that that's fair. I'm gonna have a business meeting in a second, so I'm gonna jump off, or I'm gonna turn my camera and my microphone off. But
you can still listen to us, right?
Yes, you'll still be here listening. Jump in when you feel like it. But
you know what I mean?
Don't know. I just feel like, as far as Todd, I know everybody like he's Mr. Mom. I don't feel like he's Mr. Mom. I feel like they got a nanny who's doing that. But Todd
doesn't Todd have a whole job?
You have to get him correct. He is there, huh?
He doesn't have a job. He's not doing production, and you know what's a job? Granted, I don't like.
I don't know. He doesn't have any production. I don't think he's doing anything. He doesn't have any production now.
But but they have businesses that Candy can't keep her eye on. And they have employees that somebody.
That's true. Now that's true, because he does those restaurants. He does have to go around and play an integral part in those restaurants. So you are correct about that.
But here's a problem. Here's a problem I have. Here's a problem.
Yeah.
When you speak about when you have allowed your mom to be calling out your husband,
Yeah.
the
Yeah, it's
things that you guys
problematic.
have been talking behind the scene that have made your mom
No, not really. No,
Well,
I
that's
feel like there's a level of codependency that they created amongst themselves when it was just Candy and her mom.
Mhm.
And that when Candy tried to remove herself from it, the
okay.
mother blamed Todd.
Mm.
And blaming Todd begins this fist fight, and Candy's caught in the middle because her mom has made a lot of sacrifices for her to be who she is. And you don't want to ever disrespect your mother. And now you don't want to disrespect. You definitely don't want to
But
disrespect
I'm not
your
gonna.
mom
I'm
for a
not saying.
man. But now that he's your
Good.
husband, now you're
Exactly.
torn. You're torn. So it's a lack of boundaries, essentially.
Boundaries.
Yeah, it definitely is. But Candy is controlling too. Like we need to say, Kamisha
I mean,
put
but you get it honest.
she needs to let Todd be a man too. Okay, Candy don't need to be the man and the woman and everything. Okay, Candy need to sit back and just not be the man. Just stop it. But she seems to be
But
so
you know.
controlling.
But Sheila,
And I think that's what
as a human being, when you're making more money than
Okay, go ahead, say
I
it.
make more
subconsciously,
money than anybody. I'm gonna be a jackass.
subconsciously, you start acting out like
Yeah, well, yeah, I
noticing
am the
me.
shit. You're
I'm in
right.
the house. Isn't anybody? I'm here. I'm
Right.
here.
Right.
So, listen.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. How do you all? I mean, I don't think Todd's ever gonna leave. Trust and believe, because this is the best thing he had. But I hope we don't hear no scandal, because once we heard a scandal about Todd out in them clubs.
I told you, Oshira is as shady as they come.
I don't know. We're gonna see, Mark, because I'm telling you, I got my eye on you, Todd. Because I'm feeling like.
So wait a minute. What's this trend now that I keep hearing where people have conspiracy theories and they be like, it's something Todd planned it?
Yeah, because he's production, so they keep saying, he's the production. He's the one behind orchestrating different scenarios. That's why it's a joke. Like Todd produced this. Because you remember that was his job. He was in production. He was the person behind Ready to Love. You know what I'm saying? He was behind Paul and Tina. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring them up, Ma. Don't get mad. Okay, I was just using as an example.
Wait,
saying that's what he used to do, produce. He's a production person. So everybody now, it seems like that's a big joke. Like, Todd producer, Todd on the show. But so that's the big joke. But I don't know. So I guess we'll look, me and you, we'll move on, because I know we'll go ahead and move on. So let's see who's next on my list. We already talked about Candy. Did you see Candy in that Shrek outfit? I was like, Candy, that wasn't no good look. But anyway.
I told you guys.
Okay, so let's get to Todd when he went out with Ross. It was Todd, Ross, and Ralph.
The husbands.
Why was Ralph still deflecting with the guys? He is something, is he just not, how should I say? Is he just...
If my husband came here and told me that somebody requested to do some massage on him, it's a problem. It's a problem.
No, it is. But what is wrong? I mean, I can't understand. Okay, a lot of times, and this is just what I think, so allegedly, I feel like when men get together, they are real with one another.
Yes, they are.
He was not real with them. He was all over the place to the point they were laughing at him. Like, man.
So you mean Drew's husband?
Everybody, Todd and Ross, was laughing at Drew's husband. I was like, take accountability.
The guilty
take accountability.
The guilty are always afraid, my sister. The guilty are always afraid.
Yo, Ralph was like, he's a joke. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say.
He was being called out. He was being the guys were trying to let him know, the perspective where the wife is coming from. He was not listening. He was not receiving it, and you have continued to see that in their communication. What? In their communication, in him trying to say that there's God, and then him.
What? And then Ma, he was like, because I'm too giving. I've been giving everybody, you know, like I take care of everybody but me. I was like, wait a minute. Wait.
Sister.
He said, God in me. I said, all right, Ralph. And she was like, oh. I was like, all right, Ralph. All right, Ralph. I don't know what to say. She's like, a lot. What did she say? She said something about a lot of times he has her like in the cloud or whatever. He tumbles.
Yes.
I said, what the hell is wrong with you, Drew?
I don't know. Wait, Aunt Bertha is my favorite. You know, she smokes like she's so old and she's still smoking with her cigarette. Trust me.
I love Auntie Bertha. Oh my God. and she's mean. Ooh,
she's the meanest of them.
What? Mm-hmm. That somebody could cut you down without ever hitting you. You just walk out with your head down, like, okay.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, she's something else. Yeah, she's
oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Okay,
so you see, you know, so the guys have this conversation, and you know, Drew is trying to communicate with the husband, and she feels like she's walking on eggshells, or you know, she's not able to express herself. They're not able to communicate. You know, he's not able to receive what Drew is saying. Wait, what does Drew do? What's her career? I don't know.
She's an actress. She put it this way. She's Candy 2.0. She's going out, being on these small circuits, like acting, you know, like just say like the Tyler Perry's, but you know, like out.
Yeah, okay. What about the husband? Because the husband was talking about the degrees that on the wall.
Degrees on the wall that he can't be a maniac because he got degrees. Yeah, please, where's my glasses? I normally have my glass. What he said, he can't be a maniac because he has degrees.
Because he has degrees on the wall, he cannot be.
And he's successful financially. I was like, okay, wait a minute.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was like narcissistic at its best. Okay. Oh my God. So what about when he takes her out? Drew.
Okay. No,
okay, let's get into it.
No, that part I blamed Drew though.
What part about her going out or her being?
Enjoy the moment and then go back home and talk about your issues. Enjoy the moment. Right. Live in the present.
That's true.
Enjoy the moment.
Okay.
Accept your husband has gone out of his way. To make it a beautiful night.
Okay.
He has hired people to surprise you. Bring you an outfit.
Okay.
Bring a red carpet. Acknowledge that black man.
I'm glad you
appreciate what he has done. Mm-hmm. He has gone out of the way. He said, I want to prove to my wife she is the best. Nobody can come anywhere close to her. And then you're coming here trying to talk about our issues. We can deal with those things later. Can we just enjoy our moment right now?
No, yeah, you have a point.
No, like
you have a point because I was seeing it from a different side, like what's wrong with it. But that you said that, Ma, I'm listening. Because you can't have a change of heart, and you can listen to different sides and come to a different.
Where are you coming from? Where are you
coming right. From? I was thinking that he was just, like they say, gaslighting her. I just thought that he makes her, you know, he brings, how should I say, anything that he does, he raises the bar. Like, oh, I'm doing this. But anything that she wants to do, he lowers the bar, like, why are you doing this? So I thought he was chastising her. You know, I thought he was like, look, I tried to bring you something nice and you don't know how to act. That's how I felt he was coming off to her.
He sure never.
Now that you say that.
She did not know anywhere. She did not know how to act for sure.
Right. And so now that you say that, they definitely have a marital issue problem. They got some issues. And I'm not sure this counselor, whoever they're going to the therapy, because it looks like he talks about both of them. Because was that a therapist? He was saying that you need to go and this guy would say stuff about you. And then she said, oh, really?
Yes.
He said this about you. I was like, wait, this ain't the right therapist. This ain't the right therapist. Because you should not be arguing over your therapist.
The therapist is the one who called him maniac. Remember, the therapist is the one who gave him that.
Yes. And before that, you remember Ralph was saying he was talking about Drew. He said, you know, he called her something. I don't think I wrote it down, but it's just the point that I'm like, first of all, your issues, I don't even know if they should have been there, Maud. I'm just saying at this dinner. I'm not even sure if they should have been there.
Who?
Ralph and Drew. Like
But
they
it's,
don't even
but,
seem
but
like
you know,
they know how
but
to enjoy
Sheila,
each other.
Sheila,
Do they know how to
you
enjoy
and
each other?
I, Sheila, you and I
Mhm.
have been married. You've been married. I am married, right?
Right. Uh-huh.
Sometimes when you're going through difficult situations,
Uh-huh.
all right, most of the time men
Mhm.
tend to go out of their way to make you feel, good, to make you feel,
Mhm.
listen, I'm listening to you, and
Mhm.
let's have a good time for now,
Okay.
because marriages are difficult.
It is. It's very
Marriage
difficult.
is it's
It's
every day you're waking up with
right.
an intention,
Right. That's true.
intentional,
It's
that
true.
it doesn't matter what happens. I'm
Mhm.
gonna love him. I'm gonna care for him. I'm
Mhm.
gonna do everything that I can because this is my partner in crime. All right.
True.
So you're being intentional,
Mhm.
and
True.
therefore, when your partner is willing to go
Mhm.
out of their way
Mhm.
to make you feel special, and then you come over here with your shenanigans, we can deal with the shenanigans because those things are not gonna go away today, tomorrow. Marriage.
Okay, but like you said, one thing you said, your husband is he wants the best for you at all times. You understand?
Always.
He
Yes.
always, okay. Now I have a little
Okay.
difference of opinion of
Mm-hmm.
the marriage life of today's generation. Their marriage, it wasn't like how our marriage was. When I was married, I was ride or die for my husband.
Mm-hmm.
Right
Are
now,
you? Do
he's
you
the
think
father
you
of
think
my
that?
kids and we're still
Mm-hmm.
close. Like how people have relationships and they can't stand the person. I'm like, I guess I'm just different.
No,
It
you're not.
didn't work for us, but he wasn't a bad person because
Right.
it didn't work for us. Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not even to say we didn't have true love. Okay. It was just that we were very young and, it was different. We had, we didn't grow together. We grew
Mm-hmm.
apart. Okay,
Right.
let me just say that. But it
Yeah.
wasn't because he was a bad person and I
Mm-hmm.
don't think I was a bad person. We
Mm-hmm.
just grew apart. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but now I see these relationships as if they're not loving, Maud. It's almost like they're competing in these relationships. I one up you. I'm gonna one up you. Okay, so now I take you out and I treat you. So now I need to do like what is going on? And they don't address issues.
Because it's all about social media. It's all about what you're
Exactly. There you
doing.
go. That's the difference. They live their life on social media. That is Maud. Bingo. We can go home now. Good night. Make sure
Bingo.
everybody hit the lights. We done solved the world issues. Okay, me and Maud, we did that for you all tonight. So
Because even the pictures you're trying to, and remember, these are people on reality shows. So there's a point you're trying to prove to us.
yes. And that's now, you know what? Now that we talk, maybe that's what's wrong with Candy. She's been in front of social media, she's been in front of the public all her life since she was in high school. So now she feels like it's a certain way she needs to act. And that way is not soft, it's hard. But that's the same way, allegedly, you can give your husband away too. You understand? Being hard and not being available. Okay, ladies, you need to know money is good, working is good, but you got to spend time with your husband because most men are physical. They need
Not,
that touch.
did you say most? Oh.
Okay. I don't want to, Look, Mark, I don't want nobody up in my chat saying speak for
Sister.
don't you ain't speaking for all of us. But most
Oh.
of them are physical. They're physical beings. So if you're not around, do you not think they're gonna? I don't care what you say. Love language for men, one of them is physical touch. It's physical. And if you're somewhere else working and trying to make, like, how much money do you need to make, Mark?
It's what I want
I just want to know, Mark. Do
I
you
want
look
to know.
at your bank account and just look at all the dollars because you can't spend all the money? I'm sure she can't spend nowhere near the money she got coming in.
If she decided she's not gonna be working anymore today, she's
Right.
gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Why are you compromising?
Thank you.
On seeing your child move, walk. Oh, she took her first step. Oh my gosh, she lost her tooth. Oh my gosh, the teacher sent me this and this every day. Because especially when they're in kindergarten, every day they're bringing you little cute notes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Cute notes like, oh, my teacher said this, my teacher
Yes.
did this. You know, You know,
and they join and you put it on your refrigerator. You know
how many times? Yes. Do you know how many times my children have woken me up because they peed on their bed because I thought they had.
Right. I know. That's what I'm saying. She's missing all of this.
Okay, so now you're over there.
Right.
I don't know what you're doing 2 months away from your children.
I'm like you, Ma. I don't understand. Like what's the end game? What we trying to do around here? We trying to make, like,
what's the end game?
Money is it? Like, what
is a question?
Is it a number, or is it just you keep constantly accumulating more and more and more? Because like I said, you're not there with your kids. After a while, your kids, the nanny is going to be who they look to when you come home. You understand? They're not running to you no more because they don't see you. And then your husband, he having a conversation with you before he walks out the door when you walk in. Is this what money? Is this what Is this what money is? Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, is this what you want? To sit and look at your bank account? Like I said, I think I said it on the last episode. Todd is enjoying Candy money, so I wouldn't leave Candy either. And I keep going on vacation.
Why would I? Go ahead, go make money.
Todd, you got it. You got it. Because hey, didn't we just see, Ma? Didn't we just see?
What did you say?
And I'm sorry for saying this, but didn't we just see somebody who has a 1.4 million subscribers just pass away? I'm just saying, so it can happen, right, Ma? Like, you know what I'm saying? We are living
beings. Live in the present. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy your children. Because listen, they grow. Listen, every time, I was, I had my daughter is 12, my son is 11, and I have another one who is 8. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I remember when I was going to the library, I'm taking them to the library and we are reading stories, and I would see other moms and they're telling me, enjoy them when they're still young. Now time goes by. I'm like, what are you telling me? Right now is what I'm gonna say. Oh my gosh, yeah, they grow up so fast. Right?
Mars, you're right. Wait till they grow up and you looking at high school, you looking at college, and you like, oh God.
What happened?
You see why people downsize. Most people downsize when the kids leave out. I'm like, Candy, what are you doing? You upset because this man got a condo in New Jersey that he had with his prior girlfriend? Way real estate is, you ought to be happy he got a prime piece of property, especially if Candy all about money. But she's a money lady.
If you're upset about that, put his name on this house that he lives in every single day.
Thank you. Yeah, you got to change. You're right about that. You got to do something different. And obviously, Candy not trying to do nothing different. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens with this. Like I said, we're gonna see. Todd ain't going nowhere. I'll be willing to put money on it. Todd ain't going nowhere.
Why would it? Listen, if you was my son, if you was my son, I'm telling you, hold tight, son. Don't do it. Don't go nowhere.
But Mom, what does that teach? Like, she's got a son. What does that teach your son? That the women need to go out and work? You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to say, like, what are we teaching our kids?
Listen. In Africa, when I was growing up, it was more of a boy child. Get the education so that you can take care of your wife, all right, and be the man in the household. And then, as I was going to high school, the narrative started changing. It's a girl child, and people neglected the boy child.
Okay.
And so now we have these strong, independent women.
Yes.
Okay. Now, who have remained single. Is it a bad thing? I'm not saying it's a bad thing. You don't have to be married.
Right.
To accomplish nothing. But
right.
If this is but deep down.
Okay. And I have a real thought about this, and I'm gonna tell you what. With the women being raised to be so strong,
it's a good thing.
We have changed the narrative of the relationship.
I love it.
Okay, so we are now, I'm not gonna say we the man, but our thought process, the way we think, is not emotional no more. It's not based on feelings. Okay, let's just say that.
Sheila, I love it because in Africa, the only reason that women stayed in an abusive marriage is because of the finances. It's because they are realizing, if I leave this marriage, I'm going to be miserable. How am I going to take care of my children? And so if the women were empowered to do, get your finances together, all right, be financial independent. Because listen, I have a daughter and 2 boys. I raised the same. Get the hell out of here. Go work hard in school.
But Ma, what has happened though? These strong women, they're strong work ethic. They go out, but mentally here, they are not where they should be. Meaning,
we should always
manipulate them.
Okay, so where we at? What are we talking about?
We also have to come back to the Bible. And
what are we talking about? What's happening?
Listen, we are going deep down in the Bible and the teachings.
Okay, so we're just talking about the way generations for the last few years, how women are a lot stronger. And now we're like headstrong. Like we're talking about Candy. So Candy is like,
this is the thing.
Controlling. And
we're
just saying,
I'm going to throw this in. I went to the African American Museum in DC. And as I was in the line looking at all, because you started at the bottom and moved to the top, this white lady was talking to her husband, and they were going through the areas where Black women were actually kings / queens and leaders in their tribes. And the white woman was just like, I don't think she knew I could hear her, but she said to her husband, they've always been so strong. This ain't new. The matriarchal structure is in our DNA.
You and I, and she knows, we have shared deep personal stories.
Yeah, we have.
Okay. And we've realized how strong we are for our children, for our families, for our marriages. And I agree. It is.
It's not new. And even like for people say it's cultural, and I don't know what goes on in other people's houses or families, but in my home, my parents share. There was an ever flow of power.
Right.
And there were times where, because it was an immigrant situation and my mom could get jobs quicker than my dad, my mom worked
because why was that?
My dad stayed home
because your mom was ready to compromise on many things. Like I gotta have to do whatever I gotta do.
You're right.
Whatever, because it's not about where I am; it's about where my family's going to be.
Hallelujah.
Okay, that's true.
But then your dad is coming with this ego.
Not my dad. My dad did whatever he needed to do for the family as well.
But most of the African men,
they do.
They come here. They say, you know what? No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. And then you as a wife, you're saying, you know what? I have to do everything that I can to make sure that my son is signed up for that soccer game team. I have to buy those uniforms, okay? Because you wanna make sure that your children are getting a better life than you did.
Child, I ain't doing none of that. I have a son. His father wanted him to play sports. I was like, first of all, culture. I was raised in the house. So I was very sheltered.
Yes.
So I didn't do any of that. So I didn't even think about any of that. And his father was like, oh, my son going to play this, that, and the third and the fourth. I was like, okay, if we had a daughter, I would braid her hair and do cheerleading. Right. We have a son, though. So you go to the games, you cut the hair, you responsible for and my son played the sports my son played lacrosse. Those sticks expensive.
Yes.
I would have to call my son's father and be like, yo, what size shoe he wearing now? Because by the time he take his little man out and they do all their stuff, and I want to contribute my part to say that I did it because it wasn't needed. By the time I'd be like, so what size the boy wearing now? He'll tell me what size. I'll be like, thank you. You the best. And people laugh, but I always joke that I'm gonna get him a gift for Mother's Day because he was the best baby mother I could ever have.
But you know what? And I grew up a little different. I grew up with a mom and a father, in the household. But my mom was primarily the breadwinner. And as I grew up, my dad was on disability, okay, at a certain point. But now once I got older and could remember, it was a lot of times my father wasn't working. My mom was a school teacher. So my mom worked, she worked 34 years since she retired. But I can remember hearing conversations where my mom went to different places to get my dad jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like she went and got connections because she's a teacher. So she's like, oh yeah, my husband. And he would lose these jobs. And then
so
eventually,
he was messing up her good reputation.
Right. So eventually, right, he got on disability. But I guess what my point is, there has been a generation of women who has accepted men to have a man who really wasn't bringing in the bread.
That's a problem.
He wasn't the breadwinner.
That's a problem.
And I'm not saying you're right, Maud. It's a problem. It was a problem then. Now it's a huge problem because it's too many of us women who will accept men. Not that they're not making what we're making, but they're not even doing anything.
They're not doing anything.
They're not motivated at all.
Zero.
And we accept them. And then not only do we accept them, like Ralph, I'm going back to Ralph and Drew, even though I know we already talked about that, Maud.
Okay, y'all got to that discussion.
He's emotionally abusive. Like he
absolutely
say stuff to trigger her emotionally. And why? What is Drew doing? Drew is out here working. Like I told you, Ma.
Did we talk about their discussion? Did we have?
Go ahead, Goody. I want to hear your perspective.
We talk, but we want to hear your point because Ma had a good point. She had a very good point.
What men tend to do? Men do not want to have the difficult discussions. They're scared. Men are petrified of saying the things that we don't want to hear. They're petrified.
Listen, your husband is your first child. Go ahead.
Yes, yes. They don't want to hear the things.
Maybe that's why.
Right? But I will be damned if we are in a bad place and you want to have a good time before we have a discussion about. We have to resolve the issue. We have to have a real discussion about the issue. We can't just put sugar on shit and say it's sweet.
Okay, so
I talk about it and go ahead. Because
why not enjoy the moment?
It's hard.
Why not know what I see? Your partner is trying. They have sent out people just to have a special moment. It's not a special day. It's a special moment because it's a special moment. Why can't we enjoy this moment? And then we can have this. The reason
why we can't enjoy this moment is because I cannot enjoy this moment if I know I'm walking back into hell's fire. Don't take me to heaven and drag me to hell. If we are going to have an adult discussion, we should be able to communicate in a manner where the things we're communicating about, I don't want to talk about the problems. I want to talk about the fact that we should talk about the problems. Well, what tends to happen, he's trying to throw money at the situation and he's trying to throw glitz and glam. The reality of the situation is you're saying something to a woman that's empowering her to get, she bold behind on the social media to talk. If I wanted to, I would, but I didn't want to, so I didn't. A word? What did this mean? Are you laughing with a woman behind my back? Are you telling people I'm insecure without telling them what you're doing to lead me there? Now, we don't have to have all of those discussions, but I don't want us to sit over here. Don't bring me to heaven and drag me to hell. We need to have this discussion. Not the full discussion, but she knows what she's dealing with. Because I can tell that what she's trying to say is, let's not do this again. Where we act like it's not fucked up. It's fucked up. And I can be more comfortable breathing if I'm not feeling crazy. Like he got her feeling crazy. Like, am I the only one feeling bad in this thing? And is the only place he's feeling bad him trying to stop me from feeling bad? You follow what I'm saying? Like, because he got her feeling like, hey, you're on. He got her feeling like the only discomfort he has.
No, for me,
is her acting insecure and crazy.
For me, I tend to live in the moment. Okay. because I've been married for 14 years now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And every day brings different difficult situations. Some days are good, some days
Absolutely.
like, please, somebody come get the hell out of,
Right.
you know. So if he's trying to make me feel special, I'm gonna enjoy the moment, and then I'm gonna deal with everything that we have going on, because listen, it's long term.
Mm-hmm.
It's long
Okay,
term.
but
Right.
Rod, let's
So
say she
I
just
don't have
enjoys this
necessarily to
moment.
spoil this moment just because I have issues going on at home. No,
This
I'm
is
gonna
what I'll say
enjoy.
though.
I'm
What
gonna
she
eat
was
that
saying
food.
to
I'm
him
gonna
should
look
not have
good.
spoiled the moment.
Yeah, I did. When he started
But
talking
it
about
should
the
not have. She wasn't saying, let's talk about it now.
yeah, she did. She said, "Let's
No,
talk
she
about
didn't
it."
say. She was like,
Well, she
let's
wanted
not.
to communicate. She said,
He
"What's
wanted.
wrong with communication?" She
He
said, "Why
wanted
Like
to
can't
talk
we
about.
talk about it?" Yeah.
He wanted
she's
to
telling
listen.
him
Your
she's
husband
dying
has.
in this
Your
relationship, by
husband.
the way.
Your husband has put on a red carpet. Everything is sent.
That's
People,
cute.
you're there excited about it, and then you're gonna come here to
Okay,
start
so
calling her a maniac.
we're not talking about it, because instead of talking about it, you're gonna pull out the red carpet. And we're not gonna talk about it while I'm on the red carpet. And when I go to talk about it after the red carpet is rolled up and gone, and you're gonna be like, dang, I just rolled out the red carpet for you. So when are we gonna talk about this thing? Because what she said, we are watching Drew
We have gone to
Sidora
therapy
die.
though. Haven't they gone to
We are watching Drew Sidora die. I promise you that when he met her,
Yeah.
she was much more
Yeah.
than he was.
We are
We
watching
are
her.
watching her die.
Yeah,
When you
we
hear
are.
a woman say, I
It ain't
cannot
good.
speak my mind for fear that
Mm-hmm.
your rage,
Mm.
I am walking on eggshells in my home, taking care of these kids. And on top of walking on eggshells at home, taking care of these kids, you just dip out and abandon the family. You have abandonment issues that you shoving on me. We
Wow.
watching Drew Sidora die. It's bad.
We are. We are. It is. I said that last review. I said I think this whole season
Why
is
is
gonna
she?
be about review
But
Drew's
why?
marriage.
Wait a minute. I have a question.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Why? Doesn't she have a career going on? Doesn't she have finances that I can say, I'm gonna walk out of this marriage?
It
Is she
don't
not
matter
stuck?
what
Is it?
finances you have when somebody got your mind
Oh yeah, and she
and they
got two
convincing you
kids.
that he's
She ain't
trying to
leaving him.
convince her.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
she told me she would give me a massage, and I was like, I'm a guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that's nothing. You insecure. Wait, what? I'm insecure. You shouldn't have been in my phone anyway. No, that shouldn't have been in your phone anyway.
Exactly. What is wrong? Yo,
No,
Maud,
that I agree.
I do
I
see
agree
Maud's
with you
point. I
guys.
see Maud's point that he
Yeah,
tried
she
to do
could have not
something.
said
But you
anything,
can
but
see over and
clearly
over
she's
he's
not been saying
abusing her
anything.
emotionally. You can see emotionally he's doing this to her. This young lady is what they call gaslighting. He's
Yeah,
definitely.
like for a second, I was like, wait, what's he doing to me? I didn't want him to do it
I
to
know.
me.
I ain't gonna lie. I felt some type of way too,
I
Maud.
was
I
like,
was
what
like,
he
Lord
doing to me?
Jesus. I was like, Lord Jesus. This is a young girl. She ain't ready for wrath. No, she's not ready for wrath. Mm-mm. She's definitely not ready for wrath.
How old is she?
I think they're in their 30s. But like I said, it's still a generation that's lost, Maud. That's the generation where, like you said earlier, you said people, the way we were raised, we chose maybe not to raise our children like we were raised.
Mm-hmm.
And now you have a generation of young people who are trying to figure things out because we haven't been there to kind of.
So have we failed?
Shelter them on, like to kind of,
But Sheila,
groom them.
so are you saying we failed to raise our children in
There's a large amount of us who are failing, and then from the perspective of someone who grew up with parents who actually did it the way I believe it's supposed to be done, do you know what kind of culture shock it is to be put into this world? When I finally left my culture's comfort zone, when I finally put myself out here, to see all the damage and hurt and all the people who, like, I become the dysfunction because I'm like, okay, like, for me to deal with men whose idea of a real relationship is Cliff and Claire, when we know that in the real world, Claire done cussed Cliff ass out a million times. They want you to be Claire Huxtable, but they think being Claire Huxtable is only a look and a smirk. Nah, I'm about to cuss your ass out. And just because I cuss your ass out, don't mean it's the end of the relationship. It just means we not agreeing right now. And we will come to a point where we can resolve this conflict. But people out here don't know what the role of a man is supposed to be.
No, we
Because
don't.
I've seen it. I've seen the ebb and the flow.
It's the truth.
So they doing this facade. They doing this dance that they think is supposed to be done. And I know what the dance kind of looks like because it can't 100% look like what my parents had. But me having an idea of what it looks like and them not having an idea, total culture shock. It's very painful to move in.
It's the truth, Ma. Unfortunately, we have done a disjustice trying to do it
because Monique, you're young.
Monique.
Monique is a baby. Are you kidding me? Monique, you're a baby. You should always be listening to me.
Is beyond lost. Drew is 6 years older than me.
Ooh. Monique, every time I say something,
Monique, you are baby.
Quiet. Just keep quiet and listen to me.
You are baby. And then another thing, Monique, listen. A lot of us too, as strong Black women who became single or were single mothers, because we were in our household raising our children, we raised them how we wanted. How we wanted to raise them. Meaning, I had a son. My son, I taught him how to treat ladies, how to treat women. Okay, but I couldn't teach him how to be a man like that man. But you couldn't have told me that 20 years ago that I was inadequate.
You could always tell me that. I was like, I can't do this by myself.
I didn't think I was inadequate. I thought I was teaching my son the best. Okay, like
Yes.
But you know what happened to my son? He went off to school. He was in high school. He was kind of like a little nerd. And he went off to school and he tried to do everything that I taught him. Like, you ask the lady to go out. You take her out. You da-da-da-da. But what I didn't teach him was everybody wasn't taught that way.
To take it.
Yeah, and so I didn't.
People take advantage of.
In a way, I failed because I didn't. I wasn't a man. I can't teach you as a man.
When I was teaching my son to be, I was like, okay, son, you go and you be a very nice guy. And my son's father was like, you be a very nice guy, but if it's gonna be a punk, I'd rather you be the one doing the punking than the one being a punk.
Bingo. But a lot of times us women think we can raise a man. And
I knew that. I was like, no, I couldn't do it. Don't want to
raise a man.
Check this out. I didn't even want to carry the little car seat. I'd be like, why I got men around me for? I'm not carrying.
I love that.
I'm pulling up. Y'all gonna come get this boy in this thing. And
I love that.
Come in the house walking. I ain't want to do none of it.
And what Yaron said, he said, this needs to change. It takes everyone to change the narrative. But you have to be conscious to know that you're in the matrix. You know what I'm saying? That we're in it today. Like we're in the narrative right now.
I'm gonna give y'all something about the church for me where I started having a problem going into organized churches. The true Holy Trinity is man, woman, and child. And you need both to create a healthy child. I can't teach my son to be a man. And I can't teach my daughter, who I don't have, but I have nieces. I can't teach my daughter how a man's going to treat her. You need somebody for that. I can give you what I can give you, but I do not know what I do not know.
Right. That's true. But a lot of times we think we got all the answers, Goody. We as women, we think we can go to work, we can pop, we can pay bills, we can do this, we can change oil in the car, we can take stuff on our back.
But you see, I like what
know everything.
I like what Goody said, because sometimes as Black women we have this I can do everything. I'm a superwoman
mentality.
I don't need anybody to help me with anything. Okay, I have my finances going on. I can take care of my children, so therefore I don't need you.
Right.
Let me tell you.
I love I don't know where that came from for you, because it's that for you to say those things. And I've watched many women saying, you know what, I don't need anybody. I can change. I can fix my car seat. I can bring my child. Right. I don't know what made you feel the need to say, you know what, no, I'm not doing it.
Because I wasn't going to do it. Those things was heavy back in the 90s. Those things wasn't light. It was like, I ain't doing it. But another thing, my mom always, because my mom used to make most of the ideas that was popping was my mom's ideas, the things that got us to. She'd be like, "Listen, girls, this is how you do it. I'm gonna plant the seed of my idea into your father. I'm gonna water the seed that I have planted.
Right.
And then when it comes to full fruition in your father's mind, I'm gonna be so surprised and proud of my man for bringing me this idea."
But your mom taught you. That's what your mom taught you, right? You understand? Your mom taught you how
but you know what she didn't teach me,
cultivate a relationship.
I was in a relationship for 10 years doing the same thing. She didn't teach me how exhausting it would be to really be the brain.
You know,
It was gonna be
and
easy.
not like it. She didn't say it was gonna be easy, but she said it was gonna be. And then another thing, I've been seeing a meme going around where it says, men always asking us why our generation of women are not like their grandmothers, and it's because our grandmothers pulled us aside and said, "Don't ever get caught up in this bullshit that I'm in. Don't do it. We got to figure out a balance, because extreme dispositions is not going to get us where we as a people need to be."
That's true. I agree with you.
I'm constant, I watch these shows and I watch the interaction between the modern day couples, and I try to see, like, I know, my mouth is the reason I'm single, and the way my mind works is the reason I'm single, because I'm gonna ask the question. You Ralph, me and you finna have this discussion, and you ain't finna walk away from me, and I ain't finna cry either. Where you going, Ralph? Where you going? And you gotta come back here with the dessert.
Okay, y'all, we got Yaron. So how you doing, Yaron? He's gonna give us
good.
I love this.
I got a 4-year-old running around. So
okay, y'all, we got
amazing.
That's all right. We love kids. We love
Turn us down with your speaker.
I got a 4-year-old running around. So
that's okay. That's all right. We love kids.
Wait, what's happening to us?
He has.
You gotta
You have your.
4-year-old running around.
He got us on 2 places.
Wait, what happened?
No, he has his phone going on, and then he's joining the stream. So yeah, DM. I'm gonna DM him and tell him to.
He's so cute.
I love him.
He said, "Got a little 4-year-old running around." I'm like, "Bring him on. We love kids over here."
But
we're all mothers.
We gotta figure it out.
No, we do have to figure it out.
It was very uncomfortable for me to watch her going through what she was going through. She actually did to him what he was doing to her, which was petty boots. And
yeah,
it was petty, but he shouldn't have gotten so upset, because he was like, "Yeah, well, the therapist said you do X, Y, Z," and she said, "Well, the therapist also called you a maniac."
Right.
That I don't like it. I don't like it when you.
I don't like that she got petty with him. When you don't weaponize.
Right.
This is where they both need. They need more therapy. Don't weaponize the therapy against each other.
Exactly. And Drew's not built up for it, so I don't even know why she's trying to come strong. You know what I'm saying? Ralph, he look at her hard and say one thing, and she like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't even know why. I don't know what's going on with Drew, but Drew needs to really evaluate this relationship, and if they can't figure out a way to make this work as far as communicating, come on, you with somebody you can't even have a conversation with. When did it get that bad?
And it happens more often than not, because I am a big thinker, and when I start connecting dots, and it don't help that I'm highly intuitive. When I start connecting dots, and I'm like, this don't make it add up.
Right, the math ain't math.
I'm not gonna hunt nobody down like, "Yo, what's up with the?" I'm not doing that. I'm gonna say, "Yo, this looks weird to me. I see this in your phone. This looks weird to me. Is it something I should be concerned about?"
Right.
Oh no.
Okay.
People as
but the minute
I'm not making you get rid of her. Now I got something I got my eye on.
The minute you feel the need to go through your husband's phone, is a problem. it's no longer a marriage because trust has been broken. And until you rebuild that, your gut will always be telling you something is going on. Whenever you hear that phone ring, oh my gosh, who is?
They're not, Demeter.
And listen,
that sounds real good, but he got the whole spot lit up for with cameras.
Listen, when I was dating my husband, I wasn't the only one who was dating him. No. But I was the only Kenyan.
Oh Lord.
So I made sure the Kenyan food is good.
Okay. I cannot.
And he could not say no to nothing. Like, these Americans, forget about these Americans. I need to go back to my roots.
But you know what, Mark? One thing, what's the difference is your husband, he loved you. You understand? He loved you. I don't know if he's.
I don't waste a lot of time.
Anybody love?
Maybe it was more of loving the Kenyan culture. I wouldn't say necessary.
Yeah, but right now, what is it, Ma? What is it now? It's just
I have to ask Mr. Ma.
What is a situationship? You get married and it's a situation. Like
we gonna have to ask my husband what's good. You're right, Demeter. We gotta interview this man.
So that
yeah, we do. We need to bring him on. Bring Maud on. We want to interview Maud's husband, Maud Afro husband, Maud Afro mama husband.
So all I'm saying is, during the dating and you're getting to know each other, that's fine. But once in a marriage.
But Ma, that's what I'm telling you. They not marrying for the right reason. You know, sometimes they're probably marrying for be a power couple. You got money or you got it going on. I got it going on. Us together can be a power couple. And they don't even communicate.
And we're about to be 30. We got to get married because I'm supposed to be this, that, and that. And
exactly.
That and that.
That's the truth. No, it's the exact truth. Yeah, and so now relationships are not built on anything. They're not built on any foundation. So that's why you can have somebody who you married to talk to you like you're his enemy. You know what I mean? Like he really want to just punch you in the face. Huh? That's what you do to your wife?
It was so cringy and painful for me to watch. Again, I started to feel some kind of way. Like
exactly, Gwendolyn.
Like, why are you talking to me like this, Ralph? I ain't even married to you, blow.
Well, they're not married. They're married.
No, they're married.
I'm not married to him.
Oh, right. Why did he make you feel some type of way talking to his wife like this?
Yeah, I should have never done this. I regret doing this.
I have degrees for you. I have degrees on the walls.
What? And I'm successful, so I can't be a maniac. Or you don't deserve this, and I won't do this again. Excuse me? Is Drew your child? Because that's how you belittling her when you say something like that.
She caught up in like he's telling, even if she's not insecure, he's telling her she's insecure. He doing foolishness, making her ask questions, and when she asks the questions based on the foolishness he's doing, he's like you insecure. Yo, the dude Ross and Todd were sitting there telling him, dude, that was weird. Yeah. That excuse you gave was bullshit. They ain't come out and say it because they knew they were on camera, right?
Okay.
And they both have more experience with the spotlight.
Right?
So that's a problem.
Tell him on camera that he was on some bullshit. And I'm sure they told him.
That's a problem I have with these cameras because Drew might be having like, I wanna express myself. I wanna be the woman who is trying to inspire other women to speak up. Speak up.
Inspiring nobody.
But then no. So then you compromise by things that you. If there were no cameras, would you have reacted the same way you did?
No, I feel like Ralph been in there.
Ralph been doing this for a while, I think.
So why stay? Why stay? Why stay though? I told you guys.
Because it's not one child you have. Another thing my mom told me, because my mom had 6 children. She was like, let me tell you something. Have 1 or 2. Because when you got to cut and jump and bounce, it's easier to cut and bounce with two. This was when my dad was getting on her nerves. She'd be like, I can't even leave with y'all 6 now. And your father making me sick right now.
No, it's the truth. You can't leave. You can't just pick up and leave with your children. Come on, it ain't that easy. Taking 2 and 3 kids with you, but at the same time,
I hear you. But to what you said, Sheila, you said, look at Kevin. Kevin just died. Boom, gone. So that's what I'm saying. Enjoy every day. Enjoy.
No, I agree with you. I agree. I don't know, Ma. I don't know, because you got so many generations who saying, if I had, I would do this. You know what I'm saying? Then you got people who have and they don't do this. So I don't know what the answer is. I'll be honest with you. I mean, it's like the haves, have not, and the have not. It's too much. You know what I'm saying? People just need, like you say, need to be happy. But I guess this has been an awesome show. But only thing I'm gonna end this show. But right now, one question I do want to ask, and I mean, we've had an awesome conversation tonight, but I want to know: do you all think Ralph is getting a bad edit because you always have to have a villain in the show? I'm just asking. We all know about production. We know editing. We know all that.
Oh my God!
I think Ralph is suffering from not knowing the rules of reality TV. He don't know the ropes on what it means to be in front of cameras, and he doesn't understand that the way what he's doing to Drew. People might not even hire her. It's going to be an isolating experience. People might hire her so she could get money to get the hell out of that situation, or they might be like,
"Oh, Miss Damita, I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Because listen, many of the times we have stayed in marriages because we don't want to. We keep saying we're staying because of our children.
Yeah.
And for a mom to say, you know what, enough is enough. I'm gonna leave.
Mm-hmm.
That right there is some real.
That's real. You're right.
So I don't think Ralph is a demon. I don't think he's getting a bad at it. I think that we are seeing a young couple in the rough phase of their marriage. They learning each other. They trying to learn how to bring this together, and we.
Right.
Hopefully someone learns from the viewing. Hopefully someone's able to see it and not just see it on the surface. I think Ralph loves his wife. He doesn't have to be with her, and she does not have to be with him. They fighting for something, but they gotta be able to put ego aside, because they are weaponizing their therapy. Like, they're coming out the therapy.
They are, exactly. Like, who's getting help when you like you said? Who's getting help if you weaponize the therapy that you get? Who's getting help?
Oh, goody. I mean, Damita.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah, we need to hear that story.
Listen. Listen, and this is the beauty, and I want people to hear me. This is the beauty of being in this country, because you are protected by authorities. You have a choice. In Africa, you have no choice.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You're not going to call the police. Nobody's coming. Oh, my husband hit me. Nobody cares. In fact, there's no phone number to call, nothing. Do you know who is coming to help you? Your neighbors, when you start screaming.
Wow.
Same in Barbados.
Okay.
Same.
Your neighbors are the ones who are coming to help you when you start screaming.
Wow.
So.
Wow. Okay.
And hell, just so we're clear, it wasn't until sometime in the 70s where it was like men can't beat women. Because in the 70s.
I know Damita has always, Damita, that is true.
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah, trying to avoid conflict. Okay, well, ladies, if you're still here, can you all hit the like?
I want to, Sheila, have you watched Love
Match Atlanta? Yes. Oh my God. Have you watched it, Goody? Yo,
Goody and I, we're gonna be reviewing.
Oh, I'm gonna have to come up sometime, because I'm definitely.
I need you to come.
Yeah, I'm definitely watching it, and it's something else. I can't wait.
I love it. I love it
already. Yeah, right. Yeah,
it's a whole lot of foolishness.
Let me tell you, I'm a Capricorn woman.
Okay.
Me and the Capricorn men. Mm-mm.
I'm a Capricorn too, but good. I'm gonna tell
I
you,
can't do nothing with no Capricorn man. I tried one.
Damita, please review it. I want to hear what people are saying because I want to hear
yeah, it is some
different
love
perspectives.
Atlanta.
You have to. It's good. In fact, it's more enjoyable than Real House of Atlanta. It is more fun.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's gonna be off the chain. It's down in Atlanta.
Well,
and
for me,
wave your way. We gonna get
everybody
there.
who's
But when she
watching
said
over
he
here-
came over my house with his face beat.
Oh my God! Wait, sorry, but good. I need to. Okay, my ex was a Capricorn.
Goody.
Oh my God! They got on her nerves. Why Demeter? Why Demeter? It stays still to this day. So see, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Damita,
they were
I don't care.
sustaining.
Your son is absolutely handsome. That's all I care about.
Yeah. Relationships were sustaining back in the day because when you had a relationship, they didn't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? No matter if you couldn't stand them, they still around. You like, leave me alone. Because she said he got on her nerves. She probably like, leave me alone.
Yeah, get the hell.
Today.
Get the hell.
Still today. Okay, ladies. Well, thank you all for coming on. Again, I'm definitely going to watch Love Match. Hopefully we can maybe review it.
Yes.
And if you're here, again, thank you so much for coming. Thank Maud Afro Mama for joining us. Thank Goody Gabor for joining us. I really appreciate the love. Miss Demeter, Monique, Kamisha, everybody who is in the chat. Gwen,
Israel.
Thank you all. So, Yaron, what's up, Vibe? Thank you all so much. And if I miss anybody, please just call it to the mind, not the heart. Okay? Yeah, I didn't need it. All right, charge it to the mind, not the heart. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Can you go